Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are not going to be working on any car. We're actually going to be working on the Harley. So if you guys don't know, I have a 2002 Heritage Softail. She is not quite stock anymore. We've got that big 26-inch wheel and the cell with an LED light. Different exhaust, different paint job, different rear wheel. It is on air. It's aired all the way up right now. It does a lot of room for improvement. The paint job is pretty terrible. It's got some flaws here and there that gives us room to improve it. But today we're going to be focusing right here. So as you can see, that seat, it's a very good looking seat, but it's pretty flat across there. Passenger seat doesn't come up much, and me and Jesse ride together quite a bit. So we picked up this drag cycle, or this drag specialty seat. You can see how much it lifts her up. So the goal for today is to get that on there. Now, we're not just simply throwing a seat on there. I'm gonna be, this is just a bolt that goes down through. It has a nut up on the bottom, a lock nut. And think about that. I obviously cannot get that out. There's no way for me to even get that out. So the goal for today is to epoxy a bolt in there, and also I need to rework the wiring that's in there, because the guy that had this bike, the guy that built it, he did not have the rear tire, the belt tensions correctly. So what you do is you use these studs here to push the whole back tire back, and that tightens the belt. Well, the guy that put the air on did not do that correctly, so the belt was very under tension. So by the time the belt got tensioned correctly, it forced the whole tire back, and now the tire hits on the fender. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and notch out all these holes to slide the fender back a little bit to hopefully clear that. But when it did that, it popped loose a lot of the zip tie stickies in there that's holding the wiring in. So that is also on the list today. I got this, so I got this bolt here. I have like a little gasket on there right now. That's what that gray thing is. We got that with this nice little acorn nut. That's what we're gonna epoxy and use as our seat bolt to come up through there. So I'm hoping that bolt is not too short, or not too long, definitely not too short, and I got one size bigger. Hopefully it's not too long and we can do all of this today. But I guess we will go ahead and start by removing the seat, which is pretty hard to do with how it is set up currently. But we'll go ahead and remove the seat. We'll see how the old fender, or we'll see how the new seat fits, if it lines up with our hole. If not, we'll have to drill a new hole and figure out a good way to cover that up. The paint is absolutely destroyed under that rear mount currently, so I'm hoping this new seat will kind of cover up a lot of that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started by removing this seat. All it does is, in theory, unbolt there, and it's got a clip up here that slides back and out. guys, so good news is we can reuse that same back hole. You are gonna see a little bit of paint defect back there. So what I might do is make a new one of them little rubber gaskets that I kind of showed you guys up there. And try to really cover up what we've got showing back there. We've got a bolt and a nut, no lock nut, 0 blue Loctite on a Harley. All right, so it looks like he did epoxy. It looks like he did epoxy some type of big flat nut in there, but it did not hold at all. So we're gonna get that off. And then there's these wire ways up in here, but he didn't use them, which I don't know if maybe this won't fit all the way up in there. This wire, I don't know. So let's go ahead and get this off. They had to use 2 washers to even get it to fit. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use a different bolt. We're gonna epoxy that right up in there. So you guys just saw me air it down right there. And I told you that when I air it down, it hits on something. I don't think it's hitting on the fender, so I don't think I need to slot them holes, which is good because if I did, I would have to move the mounting hole for the seat. I think it's just hitting on the wires that's up in there. So all that I'm gonna do is like get rid of those zip tie, big bulky zip tie clips, and use all weather Gorilla Tape and hope it sticks on there. I will keep some of the zip tie clips because I don't know how well that Gorilla Tape sticks, but that's good news. We don't have to slot them holes. all-weather Gorilla Tape. I'll link this down below. Alright guys, so the epoxy I'm using is JB Weld epoxy. What we're gonna do is mix this 1-to-1, a little bit of it on here, mix it up, and then we're gonna put it on there, put our bolt through, and tighten our bolt down, and then let it cure just like that. I will go ahead and link this down in the description. I just got it off Amazon. Alright guys, so I don't know how much of that you could see, but here's where I mixed all of the epoxy, and then right there you can see all of it smeared around the head of that bolt. So I smeared some around there, put the bolt through, and then tightened it over here. Now, we're not going to be using that bracket. I'm just using it as like a spacer because to take place of the new seat bracket. And we tighten that nut down after we clean the threads real good with some super clean and this towel, just to make sure there was no JB Weld on those threads. And we got it, we smeared more over the head of the bolt after we put it through there. So now what we're gonna do is, that takes a 4 to 6 hour like dry time, and then it takes like a day cure time. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and wait 4 to 6 hours, make sure that hardens up good and sticks good, and then we'll go ahead and mount the fender back on the bike. All right guys, so we waited for that, we waited a few hours for that to cure, that JB Weld to cure. Sorry, I've got the 2 a.m. brain right now. It's a little early. But that JB Weld is hardened up. We can go ahead and take that nut off. There's our stud. So now let's go ahead and mount our fender back on our bike. It is aired out right now, so I'll go ahead and raise it up. All right, guys, we got her on. We got that bolt epoxied to the back. We got Loctite on all 6 of the bolts. What else? What else did we do? I think that's about it. We got everything done. It looks great. I think it's really gonna improve the ride for Jessie, my wife, and I'm gonna be sitting a little lower, so that will also help out. I'll ride it. Next time I ride the bike, I'll let you guys know how it is, but that is gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed me, enjoyed watching me work on the bike a little bit. I plan on doing a little bit more bike content. I don't know how many of you guys are into that, but if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe for me. Help me out a little bit. And I will catch you guys in the next one.